Hey guys, Matty Moo, and today we are reacting to another video on YouTube called Super Mario 64 Creepypasta Draw My Life. Let's start the video in 3, 2, 1. Play! Ooh, clock.
Welcome to a new Draw My Life video. Hey there, TikTokers. Welcome to a new Scary Tuesday.
Ooh,
Today
spooky.
we have a very special creepypasta, as it's not based on any killer or any evil creature.
Oh,
But
really?
on one of the most popular video games of all times. This is the deadliest version of Super Mario 64.
Oh,
I
no.
remember when I was young, I used to love my Nintendo 64.
Oh,
I
really?
used to spend hours and hours playing in my room. Time just flew. I have a couple of favorite games I had completed several times, but without a doubt, my favorite one was Super Mario 64.
Oh,
I
yeah,
knew
sure.
it by heart, from beginning to end. That's why I got really mad when I lost it. My
Oh.
family and I moved into a new house, and the game
Oh.
disappeared during the move.
Oh.
With time, I stopped playing Nintendo 64 and forgot all about that. But one night, late at night, while I was on the internet, a strange pop-up
What's going
appeared,
on?
selling old copies of the Super Mario 64. Brand new. Nostalgia got me, and I decided to buy one. When I got it some days later, I could tell it was a cheap copy. The box didn't have any cover, and the game card only
Super
had the name
Mario
of the game handwritten with a
64.
marker. I felt fooled, and I tried to complain, but the web page where I had bought it wasn't there anymore.
Oh,
And the
no.
contact email simply sent the emails right back, as if it didn't exist.
Oh, really?
Upset, but curious at the same time, I decided to dust my old Nintendo 64 and give it a try.
Oh,
After the title screen, Mario's face
Mario.
appeared. You could actually reshape his face, and I wanted to have some fun stretching his ears. But suddenly, a static interference showed up in the screen.
Oh, no.
And the weirdest thing, strange sounds started coming out of it, and what seemed to be a whisper of a nearly inaudible voice. I took the game card out and I blew into the slot, an old trick I had had since I was a kid.
Oh,
When
yeah,
I started
sure.
it again, I passed Mario's face screen and started a new game. It was weird that there was no introduction with Princess Peach's video inviting Mario to her castle. Instead, I was there directly, but something was different.
Oh,
The
what
place was
different?
darker and gloomier. Toad wasn't around, and you couldn't hear any voice. The only door there went to the room at the level of the
No
Bob-omb's
Toad.
battlefield. When I went in, I saw that instead of the Bob-omb picture, there was a white canvas. I thought it was all glitches, short-lived
no.
faults in the game, since it was a cheap copy, so I went inside the frame.
Yeah, sure.
The screen went black, and instead of the name of the mission, a message appeared saying,
Turn back.
I was in the Bob-omb battlefield, but I wasn't alone. Luigi was with me. That
I'm a
really surprised me.
Luigi,
I
and
never
number
saw him
one.
in the original game.
You're
Towards
welcome.
him, he ran away, and I went after him. Suddenly, everything started turning gloomier and gloomier. With each coin I got, the scenery went darker and darker, and the music and the enemies became slower and slower, until suddenly, they just froze and laid dead on the floor. I couldn't see Luigi anymore, so I went to the top of the mountain, but I didn't see the King Bob-omb waiting for me, only a small cottage. I opened the door and
You
was
can
shocked when
see
I saw
half
Luigi
of my
hanging from the
face,
ceiling. While
and
I
you
heard
can
the
see
silent
my
adoring
shoulder.
piano song, Mario fell on the floor on his knees and started to cry. The screen went out and I
Poor
went back to the
Mario.
castle, but that had changed as well. Lots of toads were around me, with black eyes and a macabre expression on their faces. And the most terrifying thing of all, the frame had a picture of my own family now. I got so scared that I wanted to turn it all off, but I couldn't. Even unplugging the whole thing, the screen was still on. It was forcing me to keep playing. So I jumped into the picture and I started the only mission that came up, called Run, Don't Walk. I was in a place with a lot of platforms over poisonous water. A strange shape, an undefined black bulge, appeared and started to crawl after me.
Oh, no.
I jumped from one platform to the next. I really couldn't escape, until finally it got me and slowly consumed me. I lost one of my legs and I was kicked out of the frame.
Oh.
But now, the picture of my family had changed. Their bodies started to show signs of decomposition, as if they were recent corpses. The effect was too real to be done by Photoshop. It did look like a real picture. Desperate, I wanted to stop seeing that grotesque image, so I jumped inside the frame again. This time, the mission was called I'm Right Here. I was in a dark room with no exit or refuge. There was a piano at the back, and when I got close to it, it turned into a horrendous creature and started to chase me. I couldn't hurt it, so I had to let myself die. But instead of the typical death sequence, Mario fell on the floor and started to bleed and his guts scattered all over. It was grotesque, but it became completely terrifying when little by little it turned into a real image.
Oh no!
A truthful reconstruction of a dying Mario. Paralyzed, I couldn't do anything but observe until Mario was kicked out of the picture again. Now, the castle was on fire. There was a painting on the wall written with blood that said, "You'll never save them." And the frame had a totally terrifying picture of my family. Their bodies were more and more putrefied. They had holes with bugs coming out of them and eating up their flesh. Their guts were hanging out and their eyeballs were coming out of their sockets. I was terrified. I grabbed my phone and I tried to contact them with no success. My dad, my mom, and my sister.
None of them answered.
I looked at the screen again, and this time I could only see a sentence.
Game over.
On a black background. Fearing the worst, I left home to go and find them, hoping nothing had happened to them. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to
You're welcome to my
see
Squidward
more Draw My Life
stream.
videos, subscribe to our channel.